Hey guys, welcome back to the Pressing Matters. This is a little follow-up to an earlier video I did on Aerosmith, Get Your Wings. In that video, I talked about Toys in the Attic and Rocks as being the trifecta of Aerosmith's output for me. And I made a comment about Toys in the Attic not really hitting me, not really being the classic that it's reputed to be. So I wanted to give it a fresh listen, and also was curious to hear the Ryan K. Smith record store version from 2013. You know, the brother to the one that I reviewed, Get Your Wings, 2013. So I ordered it, and I compared it to the other copy that I have, which is the Simply Vinyl pressing from 1997. Right off the bat, just starting with artwork. Simply Vinyl artwork is a little lackluster, I think. Let me see if I can give you... It's grainy. You see the background, how grainy it is? It's kind of faded, not very good. The new one, or the 2013, much more vibrant. The background is got a nice even tone. There's actually color in the toys, which on the other one is kind of monotone. That was one difference to start out. Another difference is, of course, the labels. Let me show you this. Oh, this is really interesting. Simply Vinyl, you know, in 1997, they were like kind of one of the first that were grabbing the rock titles and reissuing them, besides Mobile Fidelity, of course. But, I mean, look at some of these titles they had. Bob Dylan, Blue Oyster Cult, Boston, Eagles, Doors. I mean, they had all the top things here. Velvet Underground, In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida, Led Zeppelin. I mean, this is not going to happen anymore. Their reputation, most people really didn't think they were that much of an improvement, if at all, on original pressings. Pretty much it was concluded that they were all from digital, if not from CDs. I can't confirm that, but that's what I remember hearing about with them. I bought several of their pressings. I have an Avalon pressing that I really liked from them, Roxy Music Avalon, and Dire Straits, A Love Over Gold, which was pretty good. I got a couple of early Elvis albums on Simply Vinyl. One thing I got to tell you about Simply Vinyl is they came in a PVC envelope. It's a heavy plastic fold over envelope with a sticker, which seems like great protection and everything, but just so you know, that material leaches plasticizer. I guess it gases out through the sleeve and can, you know, damage the record, cause a haze over the record, and also adjoining records. If it's in your shelves pressed up against other albums, it could be a problem under certain circumstances. I removed all of them. Actually threw them out. I should have saved them because, you know, it's part of the original package, but saved them separate from the album. I don't want anything to happen to my albums, and I didn't see any problems when I took them off. Perhaps I did it soon enough, but as they age, I guess that can happen. So beware. So this is what the Simply Vinyl label looks like. Sorry for the ring light reflection. My camera's centered right in the ring light. So that's Simply Vinyl label, and Simply Vinyl is pressed in the UK. I'm not sure where, and there's no mastering engineer listed. The record store date 2013 has a replica of the original label. It looks just like an original pressing. It's pressed on 180 gram vinyl at RTI and mastered again, as I said, by Ryan K. Smith at Sterling. And I think the tapes are very near there. It doesn't shout all analog on the hype sticker. You see the RTI hype sticker. It says remastered from the original source tapes. And we know that's a little vague. I'm going to assume it's digital, because if it weren't, they would be shouting it from the rooftops. But that doesn't mean it's bad. So here we have possibly 2 digital remastered versions of this album. Okay, so the Simply Vinyl has never wowed me. I actually am not a huge fan of this record musically. I never was, and I listened to it since I was 14 years old. All those early Aerosmith albums, out of all 4 early ones, this is the one that, I don't know, I felt like it was a little weak in spots. I know everyone disagrees with me, but, you know, especially the latter part of side 2, Round and Round, and I don't know, what's the other track back there? No More, No More. You See Me Crying. I don't know. I didn't like side 2. And side 1, you know, I liked Sweet Emotion on side 2, but side 1, I really wasn't a big fan of Uncle Salty. I thought Walk This Way was a little, I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of this album. But I thought maybe it was because of the sound of the Simply Vinyl pressing. So I decided to do an experiment and see, in a comparison, if there was much difference. And there is a difference. The Simply Vinyl pressing struck me as a little one-dimensional, a little flat. It doesn't seem to have the same guts and balls as the new one. I don't remember the original, what that sounded like, and it wouldn't matter if I remembered because it wouldn't be accurate. But in the new one, in comparison, is very muscular, ballsy. The clarity is better. There seems to be more depth and detail. I think probably that's due to not only the mastering moves, but being closer to the source tape, or being a fresher digital copy with higher, a more modern digital copy with higher resolution. Like I said, this was Simply Vinyl was done in 1997, and I'm pretty sure they received a digital copy to work with from that time. So 1997 to 1997 to 2007. So it's almost 15 years later that, the new one was done. By the way, the new one is obviously still in print. I got one almost overnight from Amazon. And so let's go a little bit more into depth about the sound. First of all, overall, my impression was favorable with the new one. There's nothing negative about it. I thought it had more clarity, more depth, more detail, more muscular. It just came across better in all ways. The other one seemed a little flat, even though it wasn't bad. You know, cranked up, it sounded okay, but for some reason this new one just sounds better. It sounds better, more involving. And I found that listening to it again this time, I could really appreciate the album for what it was. Their their third effort, they were getting a little more in character, I would say. There's a little more fun aspect to this album than the sinister vibe of the last album. Of course, there's the novelty number, big 10-inch record, you know, boogie woogie kind of thing. And that's, I don't know, for some reason that record, that cut always turned me off. I don't know. I don't think it was necessary, but I guess it was something they wanted to try. But yeah, I listened to the whole thing full blast. It's the new one's easier to crank loud. It doesn't fall apart when you crank it loud, which is good. And at that volume, I really did kind of get into the album a little bit more than I have in the past. Toys in the Attic I enjoyed. Uncle Salty I appreciated more than ever. Walk This Way was fun. Big 10-inch was the same as it always is. And Sweet Emotion sounded really good. Very eerie in the beginning and very muscular at the end. No More I think is an average cut. Round and Round I don't like at all. You See Me Crying is kind of a pale imitation of power ballad that they became famous for later. It's actually better than their later ones, but not as good as Dream On, I don't think. But if you are in love with this album, though, the 2013 Record Store Day version is a great purchase. It's only $24.95 retail, often found for less. It's packaged well, pressed well, mastered well, and the Simply Vinyl really kind of falls by the wayside at this point because I just looked on Discogs, you can't get one for, less than $80 or $90, and that's silly when this one's available. So that's my update on Aerosmith. I think I'm going to leave it at that. I do have the Rocks 2013 also, and everything applies that I've said to the other two. It's a solid reissue by Ryan K. Smith. And oh, did I mention this is pressed at RTI? Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's pressed at RTI. It says on the stamp, on the hype sticker. So yeah, so that's it for Aerosmith. Thank you for tuning in again, and thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe the video if you do like it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.